here to lead the way with us today is the man who represents this district, the 13th district on the Los Angeles City Council, Council Member Mitch OFarrell. Council Member OFarrell, we'll talk about you every day, is a former professional actor and dancer. He's now the chair of the Arts, Entertainment, Parks, and Los Angeles River Committee on the City Council. As council member, he's been a huge supporter of the arts, culture, and historic preservation, and his office has been working with the Buster Keaton Society on this initiative since 2014. Please welcome Council Member Mitch OFarrell.
Thank you so much, Alec. So, Mr. Moulton, I'm a believer. Long before I ever got into public service, I was what I consider the ultimate movie fan. When I moved to Los Angeles, I moved to Hollywood when I was 21 years old, and I spent days at Hollywood Forever Cemetery. I was probably the only single 21-year-old there, but I have taken a trip down memory lane for the last 36 years in Hollywood, and here I am in front of all of you, distinguished guests, and I get to celebrate things like this as the Los Angeles City Council member representing Hollywood in the 13th District. I think it's a pretty good fit. I want to also mention that this is the second time we have moved the historic plaque from the wrong place to the right place. It's the second time since I've been in office. The first time was the Mac Sennett Studios plaque that actually went missing for several years. It was recovered. It had been put up in a curious location, and in January of 2015, we restored it in its rightful place on the wall of the studio over there on Glendale Boulevard in Echo Park. So if there are any other misplaced plaques that you all know of, let us know, because we know how to put them back in their rightful place. And these kinds of things don't happen on their own. You heard Alec mention that this was 4 years ago when we received an email saying, hey, can you help us with relocating the plaque? And so I've got to really give a shout out to my Hollywood deputy, Dan Halden, right there taking the pictures. Dan. And Dan is also the one that quieted the drilling that was going on. Because, you know, we got to do these things so that we can pay proper tribute. It really, truly is an honor to be here. You know, we're going to declare today Buster Keaton Day in the city of Los Angeles. We're about to do that. And it's not lost on any of us that the rich history that we celebrate and that we're reclaiming all the time, we owe a debt of gratitude to people like Buster Keaton and some of the other classic, incredible talents of the past that we've paid homage to already today. Which, you know, Hollywood's modern renaissance does the same. We're experiencing growth and development, but we're also focused on historic preservation at the same time. One thing is certain, especially in the second largest city in the United States, you know, Hollywood and Los Angeles, we're becoming much more urban than we were ever before, but I am a firm believer that we do not have to sacrifice our history or our past in the name of moving forward. We can do both. In that sense, we've worked with the Hollywood Heritage on the following recently: preservation of the Earl Carroll Theater, the Hollywood Reporter Building, the Musicians Union, just to name a few, and many more are on the way. And to our historian, John, that you just spoke about the alley, a council office can also nominate a historic location. And we look forward to working with you to make that happen too. Yeah. And just really a few, well, up off Sunset near Gower, just to the west of Gower, is the site of Columbia Square, which was the Nestor studio that relocated from, I think it was New Jersey back in 1913. So we're surrounded by history, and none of that is lost on this office. We value it and we treasure it. Right now we're where we're standing. This is called the Media District in Hollywood, where creative types work. It's where Quixote Studios is, which is a leading equipment and rental company that makes its home here. So we're working on making sure that we can keep the studio business alive here in Hollywood as well. Good thing, right? And we've got Sacred Fools Theater just up the street here. We work very diligently to make sure that live theater thrives in this area as well. We dedicated Theater Row. And we need to make sure that our creative class is supported, especially our struggling creative class. And it's really great that someone can just walk down here a block away and derive inspiration from this historic site. As we forge our way into the future, we must never forget our past, which is a great reason to celebrate this incredible, incredible event today. So I'm going to present this resolution, and I would like Alec and whomever you feel should join us up here on this resolution. And I'm going to read a few lines from it because it's a long one. But here's what it says. Whereas Buster Keaton, actor, director, and creator of comedic cinematic masterpieces, will be honored on this day, June 16th, 2018, with the placement of a new sidewalk plaque marking the former location of his production studio here in Hollywood, where Buster and his team worked from 1920 to 1928, and whereas Buster Keaton's career was essential to the creation of the new American art form of motion pictures. Buster Keaton was a giant of American comedy, a filmmaker of grace and beauty, a performer of the impossible, and a genius in slap shoes and a flat hat. Now, therefore, be it resolved that by the adoption of this resolution, the Los Angeles City Council does hereby commemorate Saturday, June 16th, 2018, as Buster Keaton Day in the city of Los Angeles, and may his rich gift that he gave us all, his comedic genius, keep giving to future generations who will appreciate him probably even more than past ones. Thank you and congratulations.